Hello, my fellow Minecraftians. Is that a word? It is now. Welcome to Snapshot 13w54a through d. We're going to be talking about some cool stuff that they included, and a lot of combat mechanic changes in this one. I waited to go all the way through D because I knew that, you know, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to wait through, like, the lower ones because they release them quickly within a week. Unless there's one that has a giant amount of changes like the first one did. Anywho, let's get into it. So, starting in 15w34a, they made a whole bunch of changes to combat mechanics. And, of course, these went backwards. So, each weapon now does something different. And you can see here in my hotbar. Let me go to... Okay. Now that I'm in survival, it'll be a little easier. So you can see the hoe, the pickaxe, the sword, the shovel, and the axe all have different things to them. Actually, I messed up. This was not added in A. 15w34a. I will get to this in a minute. The change I was about to talk about came in 34C. 34A has the attack bar meter. You can see it right under my crosshair, and if you go into video settings, you can actually change it to be under your hotbar or to be off altogether. Haven't decided which I like better yet. I think the hotbar is going to be a little nicer. But what this does is basically makes you wait in between attacks. If you don't attack, if you attack right away, you see the bar resets. Well, you don't actually deal as much damage. Let's summon a spider here. 5 spaces away. Oh, he's behind me. So you can see if I deal damage to this spider while waiting for it to recharge, I kill him in 3 hits. I gotta retype this command every time. 5. Okay. That should be in front of me. Why is he still behind me? That's weird. So, and if I swing my sword now without letting it recharge, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it took a whole bunch of hits for him to die, and I lost a lot of health. Now, in 15w34c, which I'm going to jump ahead, they added some changes to the weapons altogether, and this is what I'm going to show you now. Each weapon now has an attack speed and damage. So going from fastest to slowest, we have the hoe, pickaxe, sword, shovel, and axe. The hoe has the fastest attack speed and the lowest damage. The axe has the slowest attack speed and the highest damage. And I expect they're going to tweak this. I'm guessing they're probably going to tweak it so that drawing the weapon doesn't actually affect it. Because, like, if I'm playing around in Minecraft here and I'm not using my pickaxe as a weapon, which, by the way, it doesn't affect, like, digging speed, but it does affect, like, in between. So you can see as I'm digging, it's affecting the redraw distance. Oh, little spike there. I'm guessing they're probably going to fix that. There are some tweaks to be made to this. Because if I want to use my axe to cut down a tree, well, now I got to wait for the axe to draw out instead of actually attacking with it. So that's my thought is what's going to change. But you can see the data values each along here. And the sword is the most balanced way to attack. It doesn't do, by default, the most damage, but it is the most balanced attack. Let me see if I can quickly summon a summon zombie tilde 5. Okay. If I attack this zombie, and it's going to be kind of hard for me to do because of that. If I press up on the keypad there, then guy's gonna play claw's gonna react. Let me summon back our spider here. And you can see that... I'm just going to eat some flesh, I guess. When I attack him, there's going to be like this burst out from my sword. You saw that little poof? What that does is that actually creates a knockback effect to any mob you haven't attacked. It's a very small knockback, and the reason for that is so that you can't get cornered by any mobs if you're like running in a circle, so that they can't encompass you. Because the big issue people were having is that what happens if, you know, I can't spam attack and mobs attack me. The other thing is if you add knockback to a weapon, it will only affect the mob you actually hit. It will not, the little explosion will not affect anything else. Or the explosion will not take into effect the knockback. Also, a sword is the only one that creates that knockback effect. So you can roll with an axe, which does 11 damage by default. I thought that did 7. They might have boosted that in 34D. 34D was a bug fix. Yeah, I think they boosted it. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I haven't played around in C. I just saw a video earlier. Anywho. So... Also, the attack meter does affect your normal hand. However, it's the exact amount of time it takes to draw. Same with the hoe. As fast as you normally would punch is as fast as the hoe draws back. So this is actually pretty cool for PvP. You can do some player rounds where like a character can attack quickly, but doesn't do as much damage unless you wanted to add special conditions to it. Same with this. You could have someone who attacks slow and does a lot of damage. Alright, the other thing they added are some cool command block functions. First of all, command blocks are now animated. Normally I wouldn't show anything with command blocks, but this is a little too big to just pass by. Any commands or anything I'm normally going to pass up because I'm not nowhere near a pro with command blocks. I'm very simple with them, and I'd like to learn more, but I haven't yet. So what you're going to see is you're going to see this little dot. There's a dot, there's a flat square, which you can see over here, and then there's arrows. And these follow the same premise as pistons. This is the front or the face, whereas this is the input side, this is the receiving side. This side will always face you when you place them. So you can see the arrows pointing in that direction. And that's going to come in handy in a minute. So command blocks now have 3 functions. You have the impulse function, which is your default command block. You have the chain function, and you have the repeat function. These can all be affected by changing these, and they all change colors if I do, you know, if I change them. This was changed in 34A. And I'll get to what they changed in 34B in a minute. So something you can do with chain command blocks. The flat input face has to be putting into the out port. We'll call this the face, and we'll call this the port, just for simplicity's sake. So the face of a chain block has to be put into the port. The faces and ports need to touch each other, and they're basically just going to follow the arrow path. These can branch off to different directions. If I were to branch one off this way, and then one that way, and then you could use this as like a switcher, although you'd have to manually change it. All that kind of stuff can be done with chain command blocks. So by default, this is set to impulse. These are all chain blocks. If I push this button, all of these are powered. So it's going to say, hi, what's up, how's it going, how are you? If I turn all these off, it's only going to say hi and what's up. And that's because if I fix this a bit, I need a button. Here we go. There we go. The only thing that was happening is this command block was powering the other command block, and that's why that was working. So let's do it this way. So you can see it's only saying hi. If I power one in the middle, it's still going to say how's it going. So what it's going to do is it's going to test down the entire chain, but it's only going to activate the ones that are turned on. So if I turn this one off, it's just going to say those. If I swap this, it's going to say this, etc., etc., etc. And this is really useful for a whole wide range of things, but these can all be powered via redstone, so you could change conditions based on things in like a map making scenario. We also have the repeat block. This is used instead of, so this is replacing repeaters, you know, having to put a repeater in between each block or a line of redstone all the way down or whatever. This is replacing either redstone clocks or any type of clock. So you can see that as long as this is powered, every game tick I am going to be given a diamond. And this can be used for literally anything. They can also be used in conjunction with chain blocks. So this will repeat and set a line down the chain each time. So now I'm not only getting diamonds, but I'm also getting emeralds at the same speed that I'm getting diamonds. I could add another one after this to say give me French toast. Actually, let's do that. Give. And you can also use the tab function now in command blocks. Now I'm the only person on the server, so it's automatically going to go to my name. And you can also use tab in conjunction with names. So if I wanted to say Minecraft, and I wanted to say sugar, snow layer, oh, I can't go up, so I'm going to type it. Again, normally you'd scroll using the up key, but for some reason it does this. If I press up, PlayClaw opens its mini settings. I don't understand. So let's add sugar. Again, give this some power and flip it on. And if I go to my survival inventory, I'm being given sugar as well. Let's clear out my inventory here. The last thing they added, which was in 15w54b, was the conditional setting on command blocks. This is instead of using an output for a comparator. So this is powered, and what this is going to do is it's going to test to see if anybody is in survival mode. That's what this command is. Test for all players, game mode equals 0. It's going to test for all players in survival mode, and if it finds one, it's going to give all the players coal. So it found nobody in survival mode. So if I change my game mode, I'm now in survival mode. I push the button, it found someone in survival mode, and it gave me coal. Were there another player on the server, it would also check to see if they're in game mode 0, and then it would also give them coal if one of us was. So these are all very, very useful things. Something else I found out, actually, if I type in game rule, command block, oh, what was it? Is it data? Oh, I gotta scroll through a lot of this. Am I even scrolling? I might have reached the top of the chat. If I do something like game rule do daylight cycle, and I don't know if this is a feature or not, but I don't add a condition, true or false, it's gonna tell me the function of the game rule, and I think this was already in it. I could be totally wrong. This could be new, but I just found that out. So if it's new, awesome. If it's not, there you go. A little side note. So I had the command block data, and I don't remember exactly the name of the command. It's like do command block talking or chat or something weird. That way it won't basically it won't say that every single time. You know, cleared blah 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 blah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, leave a like and a comment and a big old kiss. Mwah. I will be bringing you the next snapshot after they come through, you know. I'll probably be waiting till like the end of the week to make sure that all the iterations come out. That way I can show you all the information at once. I think it's better that way. I hope you guys do as well. And if you'd like to see anything else, please let us know. Well, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.